Oh, well then. Well, I think it's working, right? I don't know what I'm doing here. Just checking if everything is working. Fantastic. What's going on, everybody? So I've never done a live stream of me working on anything before, so I figured, why not today? It's a nice day out, and I got the morning off, so let's do it. So what I'm working on today is I am replacing my fireplace mantle with a kind of a rustic beam style, but I'm not ripping out the old one. I'm building a new one to go over the top of it. So this is actually hollow and it's sized to go over the old one. But I'm kind of going for that rustic vibe for it, and right now we're not there. So I built this all out of pine. So this is just pine common boards, like a 1x10 and a 1x5, and I've cut them down to size, and I've mitered them all together to try to make them look as seamless as I can, and then used some glue to fill in the cracks here. I don't have a full dedicated shop to cut perfect miters, so I have to clean them up with glue, and also, again, we're going for the rustic vibe here, so perfect corners aren't going to be exactly what you want. And my neighbors are probably wondering, what the fuck are... Sorry, language. What is that silly Emery up to again? So anyhow, so what I want to do today is actually start making this look like a weathered beam, not just a bunch of clean boards glued together. So really the only way that you can do that is just beat the crap out of it with different tools like you would find a beam out in the world. So I'm just going to use a variety of different tools, kind of weather it, see what works, what doesn't. I've already done a little bit of experimentation to see what I like as to kind of how to weather it and beat it up. I've got a little hand axe here, flap disc on grinder, wire wheel, planer. I don't know, I'll probably just beat it up, do with some other stuff that I find around here. But I'm also going to use a vinegar and steel wool stain to also help age and oxidize the wood. So, Moxie, do I have to let you inside? Are you going to be a pain this whole time? Or are you going to be a good one? Alright, well, let's get into it here and go. Just double check that this is actually working. Fantastic. Alright, well, first step is to just take our little hand axe here and just kind of start whacking at it. Luckily this axe is actually pretty sharp. which is probably going to be my downfall. I'm going to totally cut myself with this thing. I don't really think there's any wrong way to do this other than just not make it look intentional, if that makes sense. Like, make it look random, make it look like things happen to it, not that something happened to it, if that makes sense. So I'm using kind of like the way I'm thinking about it is use like the biggest tools and work my way down to the smallest tools. So, start with an axe, work my way to a grinder, to a flat disc, to a wire wheel, some nail holes, some pin holes to it. You can always add more big, hammer wax and axe wax to it, but it's hard to take them away. So. Have to be a little careful though, because this isn't actually supported, so I don't want to smash on it too much. All right. Let's switch tools here. I've got an old rusty Stanley planer here. Let's see what this does. I'm sure there's planer aficionados who've seen me with this vintage Stanley planer that's covered in rust and probably hate me for it. I will maybe restore it one day, not today. Camper on this guy. For a planer being this old, it's actually pretty sharp. Holy crap. Where's this been my whole life? Look at that, it's actually making paper. Throwing a new texture here. I've got a drywall hammer that has a little bit of a crisscross or a waffle pattern here, so why not? Hey, don't you dare, dog. The problem of having a guard dog is that everybody who walks by has to be dressed. Figure since this is a rustic beam, there's no way there's going to be perfect corners. check that I haven't lost the thread here. Okay, now. This shot. Certainly adds some character to it. It's starting to get somewhere. Now, what I was seeing and what I've experimented with is magic touch to really kind of give it a weather, big wire wheel brush. Sorry, dog is being a dog. Nuts. Come here. On that way. Go be a good dog. Okay. You want to help me, or do you just want to be in the way? Be in the way. All right. Well, anyhow. So apparently, wire wheel is what kind of rips away the soft wood and leaves some of the harder wood there, and kind of gives you the deep, kind of what you would expect to see in an old beam. Max, don't you do it? Come on. Oh yeah, here let me bring you in here a little close to actually see what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's something. I can definitely feel that. Like it's textured, but not in like a sharp way. more worried that I was going to screw this up, like, and have to totally restart this. But I feel like I can kind of work at it slowly, and I don't see anything in here that I'm like, this is totally wrong. So that's a good. It rarely happens. I'm never happy with like the first thing I do. And I say that now, and I'm gonna come back in 2 hours and totally change it. So yeah, wire wheels definitely doing work on this. That I am happy with. That was completely unnecessary, but fun. Alright, I'm going to change it up again. Give it a couple nail holes or wormholes, whatever you want to call them. You can give it a flat. Got some kind of deep gouges in here. Let's see if the planer can pull some of them out. let's see what else we can find to add to it. I think I have a saw in here somewhere. Why not? Now I've seen people add like fake cracking. Well, I've seen it done really well and I've seen it done really badly, so I'm kind of hesitant to try to do it. But being that this is the top and it has a fireplace mantle, you probably wouldn't see it. So if it looks good, then I'll do it on the front, and if it looks bad, I'm just gonna put stuff on top of it. So let me see what I can find. An old chisel. That'll give me something. See how that looks. Yeah, as long as you run it with the grain. I know it's probably hard to see in the direct sunlight, but it's not terrible. Let me see if I can bring you in a little closer. There we go. That's something. Hello, Moxie. Alright, the stream is now about the dog. It's not about woodworking anymore. I think it's always been about the dog, hasn't it? Everybody just comments about you. It's not about what I make, it's about you. Very well. I'm pretty happy with where we are for the top here. Like I said, this is the top. You're almost never going to see it. So this is more of me sort of experimenting with what I like before I really kind of focus on the front, because obviously the front will be what you see. Give myself a brush here real quick so we can actually look at this thing not covered in sawdust. Yeah, I would call that rustic. So my plan, now like, if you feel this, it feels textured. It doesn't feel sharp or splintery except in a few spots, but I actually am going to finish it with lacquer, because lacquer is self-leveling, so it will kind of smooth out a lot of the stuff without actually having to sand it. So you can still kind of keep some of that rough texture, but still have it really soft to the touch. So lacquer will be my finish of choice for this one. Alright, well I'm feeling confident enough to start on the front here. I don't know, it's kind of cathartic to work on something where you just, I don't know, does it look right? Nope. Now it does, you know, whatever. You just hit it. It's one of the few times where hitting things makes it look better. Oh, it's garbage can. Alright. Back to the axe. Very good. Cool. Alright, well, nobody gives a shit, so second battery it is. Someone was naughty and didn't charge their camera batteries. There we go. I find if you just kind of let the chisel go where it wants, it follows the grain, and that's actually where it would split. So that's helping me kind of keep. Ow! Splinters! Keep a natural look. Measure. I'm just going to keep grabbing different things and see what they do. Fine, if you don't like it, you just hit it with a hammer. Well, if I had to give an opinion, the wire wheel is the most important tool to get the rustic look. Like, you can beat it up, but to wear away at the softwood, like, no other tool does a better job. How many things are going to fall off this workbench by the end of this project? Where'd my broom go? Very cool. Well, I think I'm going to call it there for the stream. I'm going to be doing more of the same here on the other side, so not all that exciting. If you found me, I saw a lot of videos of people doing this, but not really kind of going through the whole process of kind of what it looked like, because, I mean, it's 45 minutes of a guy with a wire wheel, so it's not that exciting. But for people who do like watching someone do it and kind of understanding the ins and outs and just the actual process of it, I figured I'd show it. So I'm gonna keep wire wheeling and hacking and slashing and banging and wanging, and then I think once I'm in a spot that we're happy, I'm gonna start staining it and give you an idea of sort of what the stain will look like when it's all weathered. There you go. So hey, if this was helpful for you at all, give me a like, give me a subscribe. Go check out the full video here, how I built this and where it's going, what I'm doing with it. Should be up here in about a week. That'd be November 14th, I think. That sounds about right. As long as life doesn't get in the way. Life has a way of getting in the way, but that's all right. So, take it easy. I'm gonna keep doing this.